and welcome to the Class Business Podcast. I'm Chrissy Monaghan, your host, and today I'm joined by the amazing Tessa Day from Club Hub UK, who is an official partner of the Class Business Awards and proud sponsor of the Brand Excellence Award of the Year. In today's conversation, we're going to be talking about Club Hub's journey, the role it plays in supporting children's activity providers across the UK, and why brand trust and visibility matters so much in this sector. Tessa, it's amazing to have you here. Let's start with this. Tell everyone who you are, what do you do, and where you do it.
Thanks, Chrissy. Thanks so much for inviting me on this podcast. So, my name is Tessa Day, and I am the director and founder of Club Hub UK, the largest kids activities directory. It started it back in 2016. So this is actually our 10th year this year. I haven't actually figured out what I'm doing yet, but we'll get to that when we get to it. I started it when I was 23. And it's just grown and grown over the years. Last year we had over 1 million users on the website, and it's grown with children's activity providers as well. We've got thousands of those on the directory, from rugby classes to swimming classes to the baby classes and the holiday camps. We promote and advertise kids activity providers, but we also champion them at the Club Hub Awards and the event. I'm also a new mummy to Mr. Charlie Day, and he is 4 months old. So you might hear him at some point have a little cry in the background. He's supposed to be having a nap, so fingers crossed he can get that down. Yeah, exactly. I do it all from I do it all from home, from my own office. I always have done. I have got a team now. There's 6 of us now who do it across the country, but we all kind of just do it from our houses, from our homes.
Well, let's dive into this. So 10 years this year. Wow. That is some journey, because I remember when Club Hub came out, because I was founder of Mess Around, and I remember, you coming on the scene. What was the problem that you were actually trying to solve at the time?
Yeah, so at the time, to give a bit of background, I had my own kids club called Tessa's Jazz Hands, which is how kind of Club Hub came about. And started that when I was 21, just finished drama school, musical theatre for 3 years, and was kind of doing that. And I found it really hard to advertise and promote it. A lot of it was through word of mouth, as you probably know, with Mess Around. And at the time, it kind of was going on a digital journey where people were starting to, search Google and kind of look at other websites for kids' activities. But also the main thing about Club Hub was I wanted a community. I wanted to feel part of the business world, because I wasn't a business owner or an entrepreneur at the start. I went to drama school. I did singing, dancing and acting for 3 years. So I had no idea how to run a business. So I guess it started from me wanting to be part of a community and wanted to feel part of the children's activities world, because it's so amazing. As you know, when you come to the Club Hub event, Chrissy, you speak to so many other children's activity providers. You just learn so much. And small business owners are on, by themselves a lot of the time, but then they make friends in the children's activities world, and you kind of get so much further with your business, and you just grow and grow.
So hang on, let's go back. So you were 23 when you started Tessa Jazz Hands.
21 when I started Tessa's Jazz Hands, and 23 when I started Club Hub. So 2 years later. Yeah.
So why did you start a business in the first place? Because obviously that's really young to be starting a business.
I guess I don't like being told what to do with certain things. I'm a complete control freak, to be totally honest. And when I was, I was a teaching assistant for a couple of years. And I just wanted to do things my own way, with the systems and the way things work. There was a lot of conversations I had with people when I, was in a job. It was like, well, why are we doing it this way? It was so much better if we did it this way. Or have you thought about, doing this? And then people often were like, oh, no, this is just how it is. We've done it for, 30 plus years, and this is how we're doing it. And I'm like, but why? Things have evolved, the internet was created and all these, things. We're not in the dark ages anymore. So I think, I think that's what it was, is that I just wanted to do things my way in a control freak kind of way.
So did you have any support getting started, or you just like family support, or yeah, what was the setup?
So yeah, my family were also supportive. I've also been with my now husband for 12 years now. So I was with him from when I was 20. So I think at the beginning when I said to him, "Oh, I want to start my own business," he was like, "Yeah, go for it." And I think at the time I was living with my parents, so I wasn't having to pay a mortgage and having to pay, bills and all of that. I mean, I always had this thing with my parents that we had like I was very lucky that we had a what do you call it, like a savings pot. So I had to put an amount of money in savings each month to prove that I was kind of, putting money away for myself rather than paying for the bills. So I started ClubHub with 5 grand. I paid the website and the app to be created back in 2015, 2016. Yeah. With with 5 grand. So obviously it would cost way, way more now to do all of that. But yeah, I had a pot of savings, and yeah, I guess that's just how it got started.
You used your very good of your parents to tell you to put money away and obviously support you. So did you use that money that you've been putting away every month to fund ClubHub?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I put whatever I had in my savings account. I had a bit more than that, so I didn't use all of it at the start. I think in the end, I think I put 10 grand of my own money in, and but I got all of that back with ClubHub. I think I got it back within 3 to 4 years, really. So, and at that point, I was still living at home as well. So, I think because I was so young, I had that kind of advantage of kind of not having to pay all the bills and everything. Whereas, as when you're older, like I know now, I moved out when I was 25. Yeah, and paying a mortgage and everything now. I couldn't. Well, I think, that's why people get business loans and try and get grants and everything.
Oh, well, I think it's a testament to yourself that you did all of that and you funded the business and got it up and running. So when you originally came up with the idea, how did you map that out? Like, what was your thought process like? Was it an app straight away, a website? Like, how did you get to that idea?
It was an app. Yeah, it definitely was an app straight away, because at the time, I think a lot of people were creating apps. I think they had just come out really and people were using them all the time. So it was originally an app, and the website kind of came with that. But I think straight away I joined, there was a kind of a London group of small business owners called the Entrepreneur Academy, run by Julia Oganyemi. And he was my first mentor. So I think that's what helped me, is that from day one, I had a mentor who had been there, done it, and kind of, said, "Oh, well, have you thought about doing this? Have you thought about doing that?" So I think that's what helped me right from the start, is that being able to talk to people who have been there and done it. Like Chrissy, I know you coach loads of people now because you've been there and done it with Mess Around and mini athletics and everything. That I think hearing it from someone else, and also that's why people buy franchises as well, because they've been there and created the business and they've kind of got a head start. So yeah, I think definitely that helped me from the beginning, is trying to listen and learn from other people first.
Yeah, I remember him doing the first awards that you hosted. He was one of the guest speakers. He was really, really good. And I think when you're building a business and you don't know what you're doing, because we all I never had any mentors, like there wasn't anyone around. You just had to go and do and just figure it out, which is great that, you did surround yourself with the right people who could help you in the right direction, particularly if you're building a tech platform. Like you would definitely need to not be figuring that out on your own. And over the last 10 years, it's just grown and grown and grown. What year was it that you brought in the awards? Because I remember us having a conversation about that, and then obviously I was there from the beginning. What year was that?
It was 2019 was the first awards in London. I think you were a sponsor, I think.
Yeah, I think I was. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you had loads of mess around people come. I could see there was like a whole row of purple people. But yeah, 2019 was the first year I did that because I thought straight away there was other other awards in the industry that were all voted by parents or by families or friends, all those types of people. And I thought there should be an awards in the industry which is just judged by business owners, people in the industry instead. And I also wanted more of a day, as you said, when Junior did the keynote talk. I think I wanted more of a day to network, to learn from other people, for workshops, for people to kind of spend a whole day together rather than just going to an awards. So yeah, that was back in 2019 in London, mainly because was I in London then? Or did I move to Kent? I think I was no, I was in Kent by then, but it was easy for me to get to London. And I thought, London is the place to be for an event. And I spent so much money. I don't think I made a profit with that first Club Up event. I think I just scraped and was like broke even. But yeah, I think having an event in London, you have to pay so much, was really eye-opening. And then of course from then onwards it was in Birmingham, mainly because of the price, but also because the majority of people come from all over the UK. Like you're from Scotland, Chrissy, so people can get a flight down to Birmingham Airport and so on. So I think the logistics have all moved up to Birmingham, and we've done that ever since.
I know, and it's a brilliant event, and I always champion Club Hub, as you know I always do. I tell everyone to apply, and it's just a great day for people to connect. There's always a good vibe, good community, and you've done amazingly well with building that out as a platform. And obviously with Club Hub, we're all, you're about supporting small business owners, and that's at the heart of everything that you're doing. Why has that been so important to you?
I think that's definitely grown from making friends in the industry. Like, I'm sure you know, Chrissy, from being in industry, you make friends with other business owners, and you want to support them and you want to champion them. And then I think gaining recognition myself with the Theopathetus small business community and with the F Entrepreneur small business community, and also with Small Business Britain, I think being in all those communities with small business owners, you just know the amount of money that goes into the economy from these small business owners. And so, as you know, Chrissy, that you spend money, and then that money goes to a mortgage, or it goes to the child's swimming lessons, or it goes to school uniform, or it goes back into the economy. So it just drives me crazy sometimes on how much kind of people don't support small businesses, and they go to I hate Temu or is it Shein, Shine, whatever, and all these other brands, because people just don't understand that money isn't going to someone else in the UK to then spend in the economy. So I could just go on about this all day, really, but I think it's definitely grown over the years after I've realised how much we should support small business owners to improve the UK lifestyle. I mean, with inflation going up and all these types of other things, I think we've just got to support each other in this day and age.
Well, I think that's definitely I can see that coming out as part of your mission going forward. And obviously you've been like myself, I've been in the industry for 14 years. You've been in it like for 10 with Club Hub. And before that, you've obviously seen changes in the sector. You've seen all the stuff that's changed in terms of visibility, in terms of social media, in terms of everything. What's like the biggest challenges that providers are facing right now in terms of visibility and being found by families? Because that's what the app is there to do, isn't it? The platform is there to connect families with the provider.
Yeah, I think, as you know, Chrissy, things have changed so much in the industry. I think mainly because there's more of us, there's more children's activities, there's more baby classes, there's more franchises. I mean, when I first kind of came to the scene, there was, like Mess Around, Rhythm Time. There was like the Water Babies, the Puddle Ducks, and kind of those types of franchises, as well as like Tumble Tots. And, there was probably about 5, maybe 10. And now there's hundreds of franchises. I think I used to have a list of all of them, and that list is there's so many missing now. That there's just so many. It's become a bit of a crowded market, to be honest. So I think that's of course changed. I think also as you know, the like algorithms of social media has changed throughout the years. Like when I first started, it was all about Facebook groups. So you were used to, if you needed a couple of spaces in a class, you used to post in a Facebook group, and then you used to get comments, and then that would be full. And then that kind of went down the pan. And then you're trying to work with your Facebook page. And then, of course, TikTok came out, and everyone's got to do silly reels all the time, and Instagram reels. So I think that's changed. But I think what stayed the same is, like Google search engines and organic growth. That I think if someone has got a good website, like I've always made sure that ClubHub's website has kind of been there. That if someone wants to search for something, they will search for it on, Google or something, and they will search saying baby class near me, or kids, messy play class or something, and then the results will come up. So I think that's what's kind of stayed the same, is that people will still search for things, even if it's in Instagram, in the Instagram search bar or the Facebook search bar. I think people always kind of find things those ways. But yeah, it's been definitely difficult over the last 10 years to stay on top of everything. But keeping in touch with people and talking to people at events, going to events and awards events, and I think that's how I've stayed on top of it, is listening to other people.
And how do you see, in terms of the platform, how are parents like interacting now? Like, because obviously you're seeing traffic come into the website. Is there anything particular that you're seeing in terms of a pattern?
Definitely SEN, like special needs and educational support. I don't know if it's because children are getting diagnosed more, or if I don't know, or if more parents are, wanting those types of activities for their children. So I've definitely seen a huge spike in that over the years. People searching for, classes for their children with autism and ADHD and all these other kind of neurodivergent kind of children. So I definitely think that's up and coming. So if you do run kids classes or baby classes or something, having something on your website, or having some kind of I don't know, sentence or line that says, "We support neurodivergent children, please get in touch for more details," or something like that. I think that's definitely kind of spiked. Also, I think people looking for teenager activities, like your girls, are they both teenagers now?
Yeah.
I think parents wanting them to be, doing a class or an activity, like Stagecoach, or, like something else, that they don't want them on the iPads or, on the Nintendos or PlayStations and stuff. They want them to be out making friends and in communities. I think a lot of them went through COVID and lost friends, and, their friendship group became a lot smaller. So I think that's definitely increased in the last few years, looking for teenager activities. But then, yeah, people are always going to be wanting baby classes and toddler groups and the kids clubs as well. So yeah, I think that's also changed. But subjects will always change throughout the years. Like with people looking for STEM classes, like when I was a kid, we didn't do coding, or we didn't do all these types of robotics and clubs that there are now. So I think that will always evolve too.
And there's so many opportunities out there now for children. Like if there hasn't been a club created for it, I'd be surprised, because you have seen so many different clubs, from what you said, from Lego right through to tap dancing and theatre, musical theatre and everything. There's a club for everyone, basically. There is definitely there. And obviously you've worked with thousands of providers nationally. So what have you seen the most successful world brands do differently to maybe a smaller brand? What are they doing?
I think definitely having those brand guidelines there straight away. So, for example, you just know a post is a certain brand with the colours, with the font that they use, with pictures and images and graphics. Is that if you go on social media, you don't need to look at who's posted that. You just know automatically that is that person's post. So I think, brand awareness is huge. I think that's why, ones like Baby Sensory and all those other ones have done so well, is because all their posts look the same. Like they've all got the yellow and green, all kind of like wiggly kind of lines and everything. And, other brands that have done really well, like Tumble Tots, the red and the yellow, like, that's them when you see a post. So I think that's key, is making sure that every single thing you post is within your brand guidelines. And if you haven't done that yet, create a PDF document which has, which font you're always going to use, or two fonts, which colors you're always going to use, like color palette. If there's like particular graphics that you're always going to use, like I always use the Club Hub logo with the word logo at the top. So I think brand awareness is key, but I also think investing in yourself is key as well, like applying for awards and investing in yourself as a business owner. Because for years I was a finalist. I never won at the beginning, and but I still put myself through. Like I remember seeing you at the Best Business Women Awards.
Yeah,
I think that was back
night.
in 2017. I think I'd been done a Club Hub for like 1 year or something, or maybe 2 years, and I didn't win, but there was a photo of us together with our certificates in the frames, like look at us type of scenario. And then people go, wow, congratulations, that was amazing. You didn't win, but you're wearing a fancy dress and you've got loads of makeup on and fake eyelashes and everything. That I think making sure that you apply for those awards, for the Club of Awards, for your new awards, and just celebrating yourself as a business owner is definitely why I guess Club Hub has been such a success, is because people know it's me as the business owner, behind the scenes, that putting yourself at the front of it is definitely, I think, why Club Hub has grown so much.
I couldn't agree more. Like building your personal brand in 2026 is essential, and applying for awards it's just great for business. Like even like you said, if you don't win, it's all the PR, it's the certificates, it's the photos, it's the assets, it's just the whole rounded like marketing machine, which is why people should be doing it. And like obviously I'm really excited that you're partnering with us for the Class Business Awards and you're sponsoring Brand Excellence Award of the Year. Like, why is that category? What resonated with you for that category?
I think, brand excellence. Firstly, thank you so much for creating these awards. It's a fantastic idea for class business owners across the UK. It's going to be so much fun. And I think it's actually going to probably be my first like night out in the industry after having Charlie, because I'm trying not to do as many this year with kind of breastfeeding and all the logistics that go across with that. But I think the brand excellence category definitely was with me, because it's so important to make sure that your brand is recognized by people. So as I said, with like the social media, but also when you see kids that wear T-shirts in the street and you're like, oh, where did they go? The Little Kickers red, for example, when you see someone go along with their Little Kickers red little uniform, you're like, they're going to Little Kickers, because that that's their brand. Also, like a lot of people have the little what do you call it, like plushy toys,
Mascot.
like mascots and everything. So I think, when you see them in pictures, I think they're really good because all the kids want them. They're like, oh, they've got their little jigsaw rabbits, or they've got their kind of toy that is with that T-shirt or kind of branding. So I think creating that as a huge package definitely helps business owners. And I think that category was definitely the perfect one for me. I mean, all of them were really good. I did kind of look at quite a few of them before I came to that one at the end. But yeah, I can't wait to see who enters. That'll be really interesting to see who enters and spends time writing the application for that one.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And obviously you, as becoming a new mum yourself, you have now ventured to baby classes for the first time as a parent. So which ones have you been attending?
Yeah, so I think that's the thing to start off with, is that I was always a children's activity provider for Club Hub. So I only really saw that side of it. Whereas I wasn't a mum. I mean, I've been with my husband, Richard, for a long time. And I'm okay speaking about it now. It took us quite a long time to get pregnant, for me to get pregnant. I found out I have PCOS, polycystic ovaries. And so it took me quite a while to get pregnant. And it was really hard in the industry seeing everyone go to the baby classes and the toddler groups and really wanting that. So I am so happy that I'm a mummy now to my little Charlie. And we go to Heartbeats on a Monday, which is lots of singing and kind of cheesy songs. And then Tuesday we go to Tiny Talk, learning all the British Sign Language. So for those on camera, that's Charlie and that's Tessa. So we're learning all the British Sign Language, which is really helping. And milk is when you kind of clench your fist like that. So hopefully Charlie will be able to do that soon to signal to me that he wants some milk. And then at the moment on Fridays we're doing Lulla Baby, which kind of baby massage, baby yoga, tummy time. And we're actually doing like a pediatric first aid class on Friday as well. But I think when you become a mum, you definitely look at particular things like location. I think location is always key. Like, is there parking? Am I going to be worried about finding the parking space, or can I walk to the venue? Is there a little cafe nearby that I can go for a cup of tea or coffee with the mum afterwards? How long is the class? And also time, like, is it a time where I'm going to want Charlie to have a nap? Or is it a time where I think we're going to be okay? Because those afternoon slots, I think Charlie just needs a nap, really, kind of when it gets to 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. So, yeah, I've definitely seen firsthand now what parents look for. And I think having those details, either just in like in a bullet point section on the website or in a social media post, is definitely key to parents booking classes nowadays.
Well, I mean, totally. And are you, when I obviously had my girls, I liked to be up and out of the house first thing in the morning. Yeah. So is that your routine as well?
I have to get out. I have to get out of the house. I don't know what it is, but Charlie is awful, like when he's just in the same place for ages, indoors. So it's been quite funny when I've met up with some friends that have babies, they're like, oh, we can just come round to yours and we can just, chill at yours, have a nice cup of tea. I'm like, no, I need to go somewhere. I need to get out of the house. I need to go to ish. And they're like, oh, Charlie's too young for a soft play. I was like, doesn't matter. Let's just go and sit there. Your child will do the soft play and I'll sit here with Charlie. It's fine. I don't know. I think that's just me. I just need to get out of the house. I mean, what classes did your little girls do when they were little?
Yeah, we did loads. We did Baby Sensory, Calypso Kids, which I absolutely love, which is down in Stratford upon Avon way, which was like a music class. we used to go to soft play. Like, I had to have something every day. I had to be out of the house first thing in the morning. And when I had my second daughter, which was obviously Heidi, we were living here in the Isle of Skye. And here they didn't have any classes because that's not what they do here. They used to just have play groups. But every day I was at a play group first thing in the morning, 10 o'clock. And we used to there used to be a group of us that used to just like play group hop to around the whole island to meet up. And I think, when you've got your first child, you're a lot more precious about naps and all of that because it's part of routine and structure. But when I had Heidi, I was like, you're on our time now. Like, you're going to have to nap when you nap. Because I was like, I had Bronwyn, who was a toddler, and there was no way we were going to be able to stay in. She needed to run around. So I think it's like you said, it's so important for providers to think about all of those parts. Like, the parking used to be, like, I used to get worried about parking in a particular place because there was never parking. So I always had to get there early to one particular class to make sure I had something. And many a time, like, be running down the road sweating to get in because I'm running late. So and the whole social connection with parents afterwards, like having somewhere to go so you can have a tea or coffee, or just like, it's that whole routine and being out of house. And then by the afternoon, I'd like them back in the house so then I could do the dinner and stuff like that. Actually, obviously managing a household and do all those things and having naps and stuff. But it is essential. And obviously we've touched on it, but if you were to give a class provider like one piece of advice for this year to stand out, to be trusted, to like build that strong reputation locally, what would it be?
Yeah, oh goodness, one piece of advice, that's really difficult. I think, do you know what? I think invest in yourself as a person. I think I've always learnt with Club Hub. I've always, done an online course or been to an event and done a workshop, or gone to awards and, spent the money on the hotel or the tickets. I think making sure that you are learning along the way is I think crucial for this year, because I think people just think, oh, it's so expensive, it's a lot of money, or this course is going to be, I don't know, I'm plucking numbers out of the air, but this course is going to be £99 and I'm going to spend all that money. But then you need to think about the, the after impact of it. What if I spend that £99 on, say, a course or I don't know, an event, what am I going to get out of that afterwards? Am I going to get bookings? Am I going to learn something about how to improve my systems and automate things for my business? Am I going to get loads of pictures of me and potentially loads of content to use for a whole year afterwards? I think for certain events, yes, I'm wearing the same outfit, but I've used different pictures of me for different posts, social media posts throughout the year. There's been one post about, I don't know, investing in yourself, and then one post about a support small business type of quote or something. I think, you're thinking about what's going to happen afterwards. I think people are so scared sometimes to spend money. And I know money's really tight nowadays. You go to the shop nowadays and you spend so much money on a food shop. It's ridiculous. But I think looking at, yourself and making sure that you spend that money on things that are going to help you, I think is crucial for this year. Investing in yourself, because I think a lot of people think, I don't have the money now, but looking at it afterwards and saying, can I track if that works? So, having a tracking link for a certain thing that you're going to invest in. I think it's going to be, it's really hard to tell people to spend money, but I think it's going to be, the businesses that fail and the businesses that go forward is kind of going to happen this year, really.
I couldn't agree with you more. Every time I've invested in myself, I've made a massive return on investment back. you've got to spend money to make money. And you've got to invest in your own knowledge. And when you invest in your own knowledge, no one can take those skills away from you. Like, they're yours forever. Oh, well, thank you so much, Tessa, for today. Thank you for joining us. It's been brilliant to hear more about Club Hub's journey. And obviously, you know, I've always been a massive fan of everything that you do, and particularly the role you play in supporting the sector, particularly children's activity providers across the UK. It's such an important part of the business, like the sector. It helps families connect with those great classes. And I know you 100% champion everybody out there. And I'm so excited that you're just going to be part of this adventure with me for this year. So yeah, let's get ready for the ride, and doing all the things that we're doing. So if you've loved today's episode, please comment, show some love. Go and connect with Club Hub. Go and connect with Tessa as well. I'll put all the links in afterwards. And obviously make sure that you're checking in to see how Tessa and her team can support you in 2026. Thank you,
Thanks
Tessa.
so much, Chrissy. Thank you. And thank you to you also for championing everybody in the children's activity as well. I think, you know, everyone that does your courses and workshops, I always hear such amazing things. And I think also, you know, being friends with you from the start of Club Hub and asking you quick questions every now and then. Like, I know you probably don't do that anymore for people because your time is too valuable. But thank you to you also for always kind of supporting me and supporting Club Hub.
Yeah, and I'll be there this year. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone again. Bye for now, everybody.
Bye.